Well, what I take personally is when you've got the president amplifying the tweets of a far-right activist. That's what I find more of concern. You've got somebody who is a poster boy for a global far-right movement who's amplifying a tweet from somebody who's known to be a far-right activist. And look, I'm too busy running London to worry about what the president tweets, except when it's him amplifying the messages from far-right activists. And just bear in mind, leaders in Hungary, leaders in Italy, leaders in France from the far right, but people like this far right activists look upon Donald Trump as their poster boy, and that should cause us concern.
But yet 4 killings in the last 4 days in London. Killings have never been higher than in a decade under your rule. You know, surely you're getting it wrong here.
Well, it is tragic. When you meet, as I do, some of these families who's lost a loved one, it's tragic. These families will never be the same again. Over the last 4 days, we've had 4 homicides in our city, a number of other incidents of serious violence. The police are working incredibly hard with my full support. Unlike the government, I'm funding our police in London. The Violent Crime Task Force works so hard. They've been working this weekend, making arrests, taking knives off our streets. We need the community to help us as well. It's really important we tackle the root causes of violent crime, but I'm not going to pretend it's not a tragedy.
Boris Johnson says under him violent crime was lower than it was under you. What do you say to that?
Look, it's not for me right to make cheap partisan points when we've had these sorts of bereavements, but just look at the evidence in relation to what we've been doing over the last 3 years. Violent crime did start going up in 2014. I was in the mayor in 2014 as another guy. Violent crimes began up across the country. We are seeing in London, if you speak to the Met Police Commissioner, you look at the figures, some progress being made, but it's no consolation if you lost a loved one. It's no consolation if you're the victim of violent crime, the fact that it's less serious here than it is in other parts of the country. We need to make sure we work the police, City Hall, youth groups, civic society, parents, the NHS, social services, education, but also the government together to tackle this issue.